Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have ourselves a 2v2. That's right, once again we're having a 2v2. This time, it would be en route to Kharkov. I don't think we've actually casted this map in 2v2s, so it should be interesting. Our heroes today are going to be Wish. You can see him right there. I guess I'll open up this for the meantime just to show you. So we have Wish playing for the Germans in the blue. His ally today is going to be SchmalerElch, something like that. Just gotta call him Schmaler. Playing in the yellow, again, Germans obviously. And his opponents are going to be SaidHH. You can see him right there in the red with the Soviets of the Red Army. And his ally and friend is going to be YaZzinO in the purple, pink, whatever you want to call it, Soviet Army. We'll close that out. Before I do, we'll just mention, and obviously you can see right there, that Schmaler has actually already selected his doctrine, and that is the Mechanized Assault Doctrine, and, well, he is getting Assault Grenadiers. So, we see the first engagement down south here with those Assault Grenadiers coming right on top of those conscripts. Let's get rid of this to not clog the map, and take a look at that engagement. So, Assault Grenadiers run straight at the conscripts. The conscripts are having to back off. Assault Grenadiers very good at close range, not very good at long range, so the conscripts are doing the correct thing at keeping their distance. Assault Grenadiers not going for the decap on the point. They actually walked out of the zone. Now they're back on the zone. They're going to try to decap that point to cut off that that fuel in the south. However, there are two conscript squads and a combat engineer nearby, so they are forced off of the field. Tech-wise, we have the German players going for tier 1, both of them. We see that Schmaler went for the Assault Grenadiers, but also got himself an MG42 anyways, which he currently has in this house to support his Assault Grenadiers. And over on the right-hand side, we see more engagements. Grenadiers down for Wish. Sorry, name's going to take a little bit. And he has two Grenadiers and an MG42 on the field. So he probably went Grenadier, MG, Grenadier. I didn't actually check the exact order. But, yeah, that's what he has on the field right now. Conscripts do go for a little bit of a flank on that MG42. However, they are getting shot at by Grenadiers and Pios, plus another Pio squad that is lingering there. Down to 2 men. The MG42 does take quite a bit of damage, but it manages to force off 2 conscript squads. And the third one is still on the field. It Uras forward to try to get out of range of that MG42. Takes a burst, gets suppressed, and the Grenadiers are now right on top of them. Men are still crawling in the arc of fire. Manage to crawl right out of it, and they will be fine. However, the Grenadiers are right on top of them, bolting over those logs there, being a little bit, you know, amazing, I suppose. And the MG42 is now currently flanked. More forces push into the center. Conscript running down the road, having to back off. And that MG42 is currently flanked. It's going to probably take a Molotov to the face. I heard somebody say grenade, but looks like nothing went down. And the conscripts are now done for. I do not think they're going to make it out. Nope, there they go. So nice pickup there for the German players. We have the Soviet players going for no tech, apparently. A techless type of strategy. We have Doctrine already selected for... crap, I forgot the name. Who's the one in the red? SaidHH. There we go. He went for the shock rifle frontline tactics. Also, as far as resources, SaidHH is the one on the top, and YaZzinO is the one at the bottom. So this is this, and that would be that. Anyways. So we have units running through the center, retreating. Molotovs landing down in the south, and that MG42. MG42 going to be cooked alive down to 2 men, taking a lot of damage, not getting packed up by Schmaler, so he's going to lose that MG42 quite unfortunately. There it goes. Molotovs landing in the approach of the Assault Grenadiers, but the Assault Grenadiers just content to sit there and stay at range. However, that MG42 is going to be picked up by these conscripts. The conscripts jump over the fence. They are now taking cover in that little shack, and they go for the pickup. They take that MG42, and the MG42 is probably going to retreat. Let's see what happens here. No, it actually gets just turned around and is going to be immediately used in the fight. Quite a nice choice there by YaZzinO, because he is not in any immediate pressure. Grenadiers moving down the road. They could throw a rifle lane on that, and they will. Trying to dislodge that MG42. Nice grenade. Actually clears out the entire weapon, making, you know, the possibility of recovering it. However, the Grenadiers are now being assaulted. There is no more support on that side. There is a Grenadier squad on the far left-hand side, but these Grens are pushed away. Conscripts jump over the fence once again. Looks like they're going to try to go for the MG42 once again. The Assault Grenadiers push forward. They are now down to 2 men, however, so their grenades are not going to be effective if they decide to throw them. MG42 gets picked up. Conscript Squad retreats. Once it picks it up, and the MG42 as well decides to retreat. Gonna make sure that he can keep it on the field. And, well, I guess I suppose you could say a little bit of a loss there for the German forces on the left-hand side. Over on the right-hand side, we have a sniper on the field for Wish. Let me go ahead and put a hotkey on that guy and keep an eye on him. He only has 5 kills so far, but, you know, it'll do quite well. Tech going down for the Soviet players. We have Tier 2 going down for SaidHH, and we have no tech so far for YaZzinO. He did select his doctrine, and that is the counter-attack tactics. I mean YaZzinO, of course. So that means we're going to have a lot of shock troops on this map, because we have both players with shock troops on their doctrine. However, one of them is going to be able to field tanks. Well, actually, both of them can, because you always have that KV-1. But, yeah, I mean, take a looking right here so you can actually see it a little bit bigger. The shock rifle frontline tactics. Let me go ahead and head into the center for at least some fights. Shock rifle frontline tactics will give you those KV-8s and the IS-2, while the counterattack tactics give you the KV-1 heavy tech. KV-1 not as amazing as the, you know, IS-2, but, you know, it's still pretty solid. Grenadiers engaging in the center. Small skirmish fights going on right now. We see heavy weapons moving over on the right-hand side. Maxim machine gun. So, SaidHH is going to try to make a push to the right-hand side with those. There is only an MG42 there, you know, defending the area. The point itself, the victory point, is easily taken. And 3 conscripts pushing all together at the same time. The MG42 looks at them, takes a burst at the end, and suppresses one of them. We now have a half-track on the field for Wish. He did go for Tier 2. We also have Tier 2 going down for his ally, Schmaler. So we shall see what he gets from that. Bunker getting built by Wish over on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, we have a bloody engagement over here. Shock troops, 2 of them, moving in force to the left-hand side, but they are running into a wall of infantry. That is assault grants, rifle nades, well, assault grenadiers, panzer grenadiers, all on top of those shock troops. They are quite strong and they can deal with it, but they would take heavy losses. Right-hand side, more engagements going down. G43 is equipped for the grenadiers of Wish because he went for his doctrine, and that is the Lightning War doctrine. He'll be able to get those Tigers as well. So the German players not really lacking heavy armor as well. For the late game, Panzer Grenadiers right on top of those shock troops. They're doing quite a bit. They're down to 2 men, but there is a second shock troop squad at 6 men coming right on top of them. A nice bundle laid there on the wall would have done a decent amount of damage, but the shock troops are... Did they go down? Ooh, yeah. Shock troop went down. So very nice pickup there from those Panzer Grenadiers. They do end up having to retreat through 2 conscripts. They'll make it out alive. They'll be fine. And the flamethrower on the Pios gets ignited, and down they go. Sorry if I sound a little bit nasally. It's because I am. Oh my god, I have to sneeze. Sorry. Excuse me.
We have a forward structure under attack.
I'm sorry about that. That's very unprofessional, but I have no way to stop sneezes. Dang it. Sorry about that, yeah. If I die and suddenly stop talking, you know what happened to me, and, well, try to always remember me as I was and not as I am. Wait, what? Never mind. Anyways, okay, so we saw a big engagement over here on the left-hand side. It looks like Schmaler ended up losing that engagement. The shock troops push forward with conscripts. There is now a sniper on the field taking some shots at the shock troops as they approach, doing quite a bit of damage there. He's up to 4 kills now on shock troops themselves. And the shock troops are now down to 2 men. They are going to have to retreat out of the field or risk getting killed. Sniper's still looking at them, and they retreat. Okay, so yeah, they think about it a little bit better. Sniper on the field here for Wish. Only got 5 kills and needs some heals, so he's waiting on those medics to pop. And the right-hand side, the bunker is doing quite a bit of work, suppressing those conscripts, not letting them approach, but we now have conscripts moving in through a hole in the defenses, right through here, essentially. and they are now way behind the lines. We see mortar shots landing here from the Soviet players. This is from a standard mortar from SaidHH. He is the one that built Tier 2, so he is capable of doing that. And Tier 1 actually went down for YaZzinO, so YaZzinO, he might actually get something from Tier 1, or... yeah, he's getting a sniper. Okay, so yeah, nice. So he went for Tier 1 to get the sniper to be able to combat that German sniper. Ooh, Conscript's getting battered by those G43s. Down to 1 man. Down goes the entire squad. These Grenadiers, however, are sitting in the fire. They are down to 2 men. 4 men on the other one. Molotov landing on top of that Grenadier squad once again. And the Conscripts do end up retreating down to 1 man on the retreat, but that gets veterancy too as it retreats. Taking some damage, some fire, but makes it out alive. Bunker still getting mortared. Quite a bit of damage going down. And we now have a vehicle on the field for Schmaler, and that is the Colin, which has the Panzer Grenadiers. So he actually has a chance of putting the sniper, well, he still has it, yeah, it's over here, up there, on that half-track and using it as a mobile platform. Could help him out to potentially stave off the counter-snipe. Panzer Grenadiers pushing it through the center, doing quite a bit of damage to that conscript squad. However, they are a little bit cut off right now. Sniper on the field takes a shot. Down goes one of the Panzer Grenadiers and forces an instant retreat. Flamethrowers go off as they retreat, killing one more Panzer Grenadier, but they should be able to make it out alive. There is what? Shock troops, solid MG42 here that gets flanked by the half-track. Very nice usage of that call-in vehicle right behind that MG42. MG42 getting cleared out, going to get chased down and annihilated. The conscripts are uraying forward. They might be able to get an 18-8 off. They do get the 18-8 off. The conscripts are running. I mean, yeah, that's an MG42, but it is a conscript. Barely makes it out alive, and there is a sniper on the field. Sniper taking some shots as it can. The guys inside are fine, and the assault grenadiers are pushing forward. That sniper has to retreat, and a full rout from the left-hand side for the Soviet forces. A nice push here by Schmaler. He will be able to recover some territory, and he has his own sniper on the field, which could potentially counter-snipe if done correctly. Needs that stun shot, however, so it actually can't. It's not at that one just yet. Sniper over here on the north is back in action, still only at 5 kills, so hasn't been used quite heavily. And we have Maxim machine guns trying to hold a line in this territory. However, with a sniper on the field, they will be able to get cleared out. Maxim machine guns opening up in tandem on the Grenadiers as they approach. The sniper moves forward, will take some shots as they approach, and rifle nades will probably be flying at that Maxim machine gun as well. Grenadiers in the center getting suppressed. The sniper moving around, dancing essentially. And shots going off on that Maxim machine gun. Maxim machine gun now down to 3 men. That Grenadier in the center is forced to retreat. And the MG42 is looking at a very nice angle and catches 2 conscript squads out in the open. However, it is going to get Molotov in return, but the Panzer Grenadiers coming right on top of those conscripts as they're crawling to the ground. Going to be able to, it's a turkey shoot for these Panzer Grenadiers. They're going to go for the suppressed one. They're going to start just shooting everything in the ground. There they go, down to 2 men, down to 1 man. Can they finish off that 1-man squad? No, 1-man squad actually makes it out alive. Conscripts continue to push forward. We now have a Stuggy on the field, or Stug 3, which is very decent against infantry. And the sniper and Panzer Grenadiers are forced to retreat off of the field. Stug forces away that Maxim machine gun. The other Maxim machine gun as well retreated. So we actually have 3 Maxim machine guns on the field for SaidHH. So yeah, that's quite a heavy investment in machine guns, trying to lock down territory. Left-hand side, we see that YaZzinO managed to push back the German forces. They're all back at their base now, and that'll make it out. And yeah, we see that Schmaler is actually supporting his ally over on the right-hand side so that that flank doesn't collapse. Well, like his did. Half-track now fully repaired. Could use with getting some heals on those Panzer Grenadiers inside, but I suppose they're fine. They're not really that damaged. Took about 20% damage in total. If it's one guy inside, then that guy will die very quickly. If it was, you know, spread out between the members of the squad, then they're fine. They can take a beating. Jesus. Wow. I can't believe how sick I am right now. Anyways. So, small stalemate, or not stalemate, but downtime going on around here. Shots going off by the Grenadiers onto some conscripts over here on the right-hand side. They're taking quite a beating. The AT gun is doing what it can, but it is not capable of hitting that Stuggy for some reason. Maxim machine gun does get a suppression off on the Grenadiers, and the Grenadiers are forced to back off, and the Stug continues to dodge shots like a boss from that AT gun and makes it out of there quite alive. Maxim machine guns pushing forward again. And over here on the left-hand side, we have snipers, Panzer Grenadiers retreating, and the conscripts forced off of the field. We still have that Soviet sniper on the field, just cloaked in that that barrel, but they are out of range of the other sniper. Each of them, obviously. And yeah, they'll be fine. Bunker still holding the line. Actually gets a pin down on that Maxim machine gun. And over here on the left-hand side, we see more shots just flying all over the place. We have some Pios getting suppressed by a stolen MG42. The half-track pushes forward right on top of the shock troops, and it will head straight onto that MG42. MG42 very near to getting Veteran C1, so if it manages to get the Veteran C1, it could use incendiary rounds and instantly burn that half-track to the ground, but currently it doesn't have that. There goes the Veteran C, so we'll see if the incendiary rounds come into play. Might not be keeping an eye on that, so I don't think they will. And an 18-8 going off on that half-track. The sniper taking some shots. I believe it actually killed one of the guys inside. But the German sniper actually went down. So, ooh, I missed the counter-snipe. Also, Wish's sniper has been killed at some point. I didn't see where, but oh well, that's quite unfortunate for me. And you, I suppose, if you wanted to see how that happened. Stuggy moving over to the left-hand side, gonna try to hold the line. There's now a Flak Panzer on the field for Schmaler. He went for tier 3. And we see tier 4 actually going down for Wish, and he's getting himself a... what is that? Oh, a Panzer Warfare, nice. That should help out quite nicely to dislodge all these weapons. I do approve of that choice for Wish. So the, we now have a KV-1 on the field for YaZzinO. The Flak Panzer and the Stuggy just have no response to that. They have to back off. We see nothing on the field that can deal with it. A pack gun would be the only thing that could potentially keep it on. Keep it at bay, I mean. And we see that the bunker over here on the northern side got taken out. KV-1 backing off after making quite an impact, forcing away the German armor. Pack-on the field does turn around to defend this zone, so that KV-1, after probably noticing that, just decides to back off. Sorry about that. Trying to not make some nasty snot noises, but it's very difficult. I may take a break after this and not cast for a few days until I get rid of this lingering cold. Panzer Warfare flying into the zone, hitting nothing whatsoever, but dislodges the house. Sorry about that. I couldn't move in time. Ooh, and a nasty shot there by a mortar actually lands on that Grenadier squad, taking it out completely. Nasty loss there for Wish. Yeah, those mortars are quite deadly, it looks like. Or what was that, in fact? Might have been a mine instead. I mean, we see a big crater there. Center map, KV-1 just pushing forward, going, forcing retreat on some squads. Huh. Oh, yeah, I actually never checked that. Can you do that? No, it doesn't say anymore, but I wasn't aware. Oh, whatever. I'm talking about the fact that the Panzer Grenadiers have G43s, but yeah, I guess you can. I mean, usually you wouldn't want to. But yeah, I mean, you can upgrade them with G43s and give them a little bit more range damage instead, rather than, you know, close up. So 2 KV-1s on the field for YaZzinO over on the left-hand side. We now have a Stug on the field for Schmaler, so he has a Stuggy and a standard Stug. That'll help him keep those tanks at bay a little bit, but it's not obviously a full deterrent. More shots by the Panzer Warfare end up collapsing the house, and we see units in the house actually getting killed. That is what a Maxim machine gun squad gets annihilated in there. So down goes one of the Maxim machine guns for SaidHH. Su-85 on the field for Said, however, so he actually went for Tier 4. So he went actually Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 4. That's an interesting choice, and only Tier 1 down for YaZzinO, since he actually has the ability to call those KV-1s. Half-track does get destroyed with a heavy engine damage over here on the north, has to back off, however the Su-85... Wow, it died? Wow, the Su-85 actually died. It stayed a little bit too long in front of that pack gun, and that pack gun took it out. That's a little bit of an oversight there by Said, but oh well. Reconnaissance overflight being used by the Soviet players. And we now have a Tiger on the field for the Wish, so he holds on at least for a while and gets himself a Tiger. Tiger should be able to deal with those KV-1s quite directly. However, the Su-85 could be a little bit difficult if managed properly. Stuggy and Stug taking some shots at the KV-1s, forcing them to back off. They are currently at about 75% health. And the gunner on top of that Stug decides, you know what, I'm tired of that plane. Shoots it down and it crashes right in the middle of the battlefield, but doesn't actually end up killing anything. Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward, and they are getting annihilated by those KV-1s. KV-1s are actually pretty good against infantry. They're not that bad. So you have to be careful on that. Su-85 AT gun, and nothing here to hold the line. Maxim machine gun does set up and start taking some shots at those Grenadiers. Rifle nade going down on the AT gun. Can they actually clear it out before it goes down? We now see a barrage here, a light artillery barrage right on top of where everything was, but they managed to dodge that quite nicely. And mortars to the center of the map. We still have that Tiger over here on this left-hand side. I mean, the KV-1s are backing off from the German tanks. The Flak Panzer is actually being quite aggressive. Stuggy taking some shots. And that mortar in the center. Panzer Grenadiers do get to the other side of these guys, and yeah, you see there that they actually get the ability to do that because of the doctrine. So yeah, that's nice. And we hear the Flak Panzer opening up on the left-hand side. That MG42 is actually still in the hands of those Soviet players. Barely makes it out alive. It's been a couple times there that that's happened, and the Tiger is now going to push forward and is going to go for it. The Stug is behind it, but that's a Stuggy. We have the standard Stug right in front of there, and those KV-1s don't really have much support over here on this left-hand side. The Tiger is sitting there in the center, not being too bold. Stugs push forward, and the right-hand side flank is just left open as it can. Sorry about that. A little bit of annoying housemate here. I'm not sure if you heard that, but yeah. Anyways. So more Stugs on the field for Schmaler. He has one brand new in the base, or well, in his base. And mortar shots landing all over the center. The Tiger's just dancing around, not exactly sure what it wants to do. And those KV-1s just holding down to the south, trying to get some repairs as they can. Conscripts pushing forward. Nasty barrages there by that strafing run. That is the Stuka Close air support. Doing very similar damage to the Sturmovik. The Tiger does take some damage to its engine. It looks like there might have been a mine right there. I didn't actually see, but it takes some standard engine damage. It's going to need to get repaired if it wants to be able to flank or push aggressively. And the Su-85 for Said is sitting over here on the right-hand side, just trying to guard this approach. Rifle nade going down on that mortar, taking quite a bit of damage down to 2 men. Molotov shot in return to the Grenadiers. The Grenadiers push forward, lose one of their guys to the fire, but the LMG is opening up on the mortar, trying to clear it out. It is down to 1 man, so that actually means it clears out the squad. Managed to shoot one last shot off, but it ends up running away in fear and cowardice. Pios on the field, repairing on the fly. Stugs pushing forward against those KV-1s. One KV-1 looks like it actually got annihilated. No, Actually made it out a little bit faster. That one is too slow because of its damaged engine. So it's just crawling out of range. So very nice by Schmaler. I mean, it's quite impressive that he did this with only one Stug. I mean, he actually held on with both his other tanks at the beginning. And now he has 4 tanks on the field to battle with. So very nice. All right, hand side, that Panzerwerfer has been shooting non-stop as far as I can tell, but hasn't actually done anything. Did collapse a house, but that's about as much as it will do. And we see some mortar shots flying all over the place. Do we have an artillery gun on the field? No, we don't. Remember, the counterattack tactics do let you get that artillery gun, which is one shot, but very accurate. Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers just pushing over to the right-hand side, running into walls from MG42, so having a little bit of trouble. Well, Maxim machine guns, not MG. Oh my god. Sorry about that. This is probably going to be a horrible cast, right? It would be distracted all the time and just having to turn around and blow my nose. So Panzerwerfer's doing some nasty barrages here. Didn't actually know it shot that much, but not hitting anything. You can see the Panzerwerfer has just barely gotten a kill, and this is right now. That guy right there took a nasty shot there from a side, you know, a stray rocket. KV-8 going for a little bit of a flank here for Said. He moves over to the far edge and comes up for a nice flank there. The flamethrower got dropped here by somebody, not exactly sure whose it is. But we now see more Stuka close air supports. One Panzerwerfer ends up getting killed in here, so that's why that one hasn't actually gotten any kills, because it's not the same one. And more Panzerwerfers flying. We see the Tiger getting cleared out over here on the right-hand side. It is abandoned. This is very bad for the German players. That is quite unfortunate. The Stuka barrage went right on top of it to try to see if it could clear it out, but it didn't manage to do that. The Panzerwerfer, I mean. Stuka close air support is doing some damage to the squads here, but the Tiger looks like it is going to get picked up by either the conscripts or the conscripts over here. It looks like YaZzinO was actually trying to rush for it and trying to get it for himself, so a little bit of a rivalry there between both of them. But the left-hand side is being sieged by a lot of German tanks. However, the KV-1 comes in for a flank and annihilates that Stug 3E, and now these German tanks are caught in a very bad position. We have Grenadiers going for a Faust on that KV-1, slowing its engine, allowing those Stugs to get out of range. However, this one also has a damaged engine, and we have, what is it called, for the Motherland or something? Let me double check over here. No, it's over here. For Mother Russia, yeah, the one that allows your troops, your infantry, to run incredibly fast and do a lot of damage, I think. I'm not exactly sure what the buff does. It says offensive and defensive. Yeah, I mean, they run really fast, they have more armor and such, they shoot faster. However, after that happens, they suffer exhaustion and they get reduced stats and they move slower. However, that Stug is gone for this world. It did a lot of good, it did its job very well, but it will go down. And unfortunately for the German players, there is a Tiger in enemy hands. Or there was. Ooh, there was. It looks like it died at some point. Where did it die? Oh, there it died. Okay. Nice. Half-track getting burned by the KV-8. Never has the flamethrower looked so fearsome. However, keep in mind that you can always just change the weapon to the main gun, and that'll do a lot quicker damage to a light vehicle, but oh well. Tiger on the field now for Schmaler. We also see a Panther getting produced for Wish. He's not going to wait until he gets the Tiger this time. And that KV-8 is in a lot of trouble. There is no vehicles nearby for support. The KV-1s are back there. Another KV-1 coming into the field, so those are 3. Very difficult to deal with. And there's also a Stug on the field, taking some shots at that KV-8. The KV-8 is bouncing the shots off, so it's fine. And the Tiger is not able to finish it off. Would have been a nice pickup there for the German forces. Center map, conscripts going for a little bit of a harassing move. They throw a Molotov at that AT gun, forcing it to back off and move away. They do retreat through infantry, but they're going to be fine. They're at 3 men. And the German forces are trying to hold on the left-hand side. Victory point-wise, we have the Germans sitting at 403, while the Soviets are down to 237. So the Germans are sitting quite comfortably in the point department, and the Soviets, they're still okay. They're at about halfway, so they still have time. Not really that desperate just yet. And they currently hold 1 point, so it's not going to bleed very soon. Or at least very fast. Artillery barrage landing in the middle of nothing. The Tiger taking some shots from the MG42. And the KV-1. The KV-1 does not outgun the Tiger. The Tiger has a better gun. However, it is a very slow turret apparently, and it does not manage to get a shot off until it's out of its way. Does get a nice penetrating shot in the rear armor, but it is down to about 75% health, but it now runs straight into another Panther. The Panther doing quite a bit of damage, down to about half health. KV-8 going for the kill on the pack gun. The pack gun will get cleared out, however this KV-1 will be going down to this Panther. The Tiger over here would need to move into support to be able to help it out and at least take one of these KV-1s out. The Panther is in pursuit. It is a very fast tank, so it will be able to keep pace with it. However, there are combat engineers in the way. Combat engineers are not a threat. The Panther needs to keep on moving and try to get the kill. Nice shot goes off, down to a sliver of health, but it looks like he's going to be able to make it out. The conscripts are now right on top of the Panther. They will be able to throw an 18-8, and the Panther gets a critical on the engine. Tiger, unfortunately, only now moving forward, will not be able to help out in this fight. Would have been useful a couple of seconds ago, even 10. Tiger does, however, force off that infantry. They back off a little bit. There is an MG42 sitting there and 2 conscripts. This would be a nice area for barrage. However, I'm pretty sure that it's being looked at quite consistently. And those KV-1s just keep getting produced and repaired. Sniper again on the field for Schmaler. He doesn't have anything, any kills on it just yet, but he will probably soon start getting some kills. Grenadiers and Assault Grenadiers. These Assault Grenadiers have actually lasted the entire game. They've been doing pretty well. They're at Veteran C2. Actually, I don't know if they're the same ones. I would assume though. Oh, that's a nasty barrage right there. What is that? That is an incendiary round right on top of the infantry. They do manage to run out of the zone. However, the incendiary barrage actually catches up to them and cooks them alive. Down to 3 men on each of them. However, they need to push forward. These guys are still in the fire. They're going to lose that guy at least. Essentially that guy and down to 1 man. And the KV-1 trying to hold the line. This KV-1 is at about 75% health, still being repaired. Took quite a beating, but it's still on the field. Su-85 taking some shots at the right-hand side as the infantry approaches. And conscripts and panzer and shock troops just forcing away all the infantry for the Wish. Center map, conscripts going for the point. Panthers just moving around, now fully repaired. That pack gun is still there on the field. Veteran C3 against Veteran C3. The Grenadiers doing quite a bit more damage. However, the Panther is there for support. If it can land a nice shot there, it could turn the battle. Down to 2 men on the Grenadiers, and the Panther decides to just back off out of the zone. And we now have 2 Su-85s on the right-hand side, which is a problem. Tiger and Stug moving onto the field. A nice crew shot goes off on that KV-1, sorry. And the Tiger is going to try to finish it off. The combat engineers get annihilated as they try to repair on the field, trying to keep that KV-1 alive. And the KV-1 is backing off, trying to stay alive. The Tiger is just bouncing its shots off, unfortunately, and that KV-1 pushes forward. MG42 holding the line, and nice shot goes off. Destroys the weapon on that KV-1, but it's still alive. Blitzkrieg being used on that Tiger. He wants to finish off that KV-1. He does not want to let it go. And there it goes. Down goes that Tiger. The MG42 is backing off, gets cleared out, and the other KV-1s are now behind the Tiger. The Tiger at about half health. This KV-1 is going to be going down. The Tiger shoots at the wrong one. Needed to focus on this one. Stug getting Veteran C2. Clears out that KV-1, and the KV-1s are now down to 2, apparently. Although, no, I think the overlay might be a little bit behind there. No, never mind. Yeah, there's another one over here very heavily damaged. I was looking at that. So there's still 2 left on the field. Of 1, however, is essentially out of commission and needs repairs desperately, and the combat engineers are barely getting produced. This one decides to back off once down to about 75% health, and Schmaler will not push the advantage because his Tiger is now less than half health. It's at about 45, so he wants a little bit of caution, restore control on the left-hand side, and push forward afterwards. Far north, Panther on the field for Le Wish. We already know that, but, still on the field. Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers pushing forward. They're trying to break over on the right-hand side. However, they're not able to do so. We did lose the Panzer Warfare once again, so a little bit of bad control there by Le Wish, because Panzer Warfares, well, they shouldn't really die that much, because you can, just move them out of the way. This is actually just a standard half-track, which is over here on the left-hand side. Not really doing much. Could move up to support the infantry of not the Wish Schmaler, but, well, it's just sitting here for now. And the Grenadiers and everything is essentially forced to retreat quite instantly. KV-8 trying to go for some kills on the infantry. The Panther is there to stop it, taking some nasty shots at it, down to about half health. Does do quite an incredible amount of damage to the Grenadiers, down to one man, forces the retreat, and they barely make it out. And the Panther is pushing forward, trying to stop that KV-8. However, the AT guns are set up there to defend it. 2 shots go off, 1 bounces, 1 misses, so the Panther backs off and will be just fine. However, it's not capable. It's just going and getting the kill. Su-85 is now pushing over on the right-hand side with the support of one of the KV-1s. They're trying to go for the kill on the Tiger, and they should actually be able to do so. The Pioneers are retreating. The Tiger hits Blitzkrieg and gets the hell out of there, taking a lot of damage as it retreats, down to about 10% health. But oh no, it does not manage to get out of there. A nice snipe shot there by the Su-85 manages to clear it out, and down goes the Tiger first. Schmaler. However, one Su-85 is heavily damaged, down to a sliver of health, and down it goes. Panther managing to pick up a nice kill and not even suffering any amount of damage. Su-85 in a very precarious position. It's trying to go for the hunt on that Panther. However, it does not have a turret, so it has to circle around corners. KV-1 on the field taking quite a bit of damage, and the Panther is just moving around. We have another KV-1 behind enemy lines. Looks like it might have gone into the base to do some harassing. It did take out that half-track. And we see another Stuka close air support right on top of all the tanks and infantry of the Soviet forces on the left-hand side. The Panther continues to move, going for the Su-85. The Su-85 takes a shot. The Panther pushes forward. The Su-85 keeps track on it. Nasty shots go off. The gunner goes down. The Panther is about to die. Can it get the kill? No, it just sacrifices its life, and it goes down. We have no victory on this side for the Germans up in the north. Stuka looks like it might have been doing something. We have shock troops pushing into the center. Grenadiers unable to stop them. They have to retreat, and they're off the field. So not a lot left for the German forces to combat that armor. We do have a Stug on the field still. That is not a veteran Stug, so unfortunately Schmaler lost his veterancy. And that is just a vehicle kill. Well, not just, it is a vehicle kill. Ooh, a nasty barrage there by the artillery. That's the light artillery. But it doesn't really do much. They managed to dodge that quite nicely. Ooh, the shock troops actually taking a nasty hit, down to 2 men. And the Panzer Grenadiers are over here on the northern side, getting suppressed by the Maxim machine gun. Bloody fights all over the place, right? Really? Panzer Warfare once again on the field, taking some shots over to the right-hand side. Manages to clear out one of the AT guns. The second one backs off, but the Panzer Warfare needs to get the hell out of there. It's gonna die if it stays there. There it goes. Back it off all the way to the base if you need to, and then bring it back up when you're ready to do another barrage. No reason to be losing too many Panzer Warfares. You can have another Panther at that point. So, yeah, wow. So the Soviets managed to essentially break the Germans here and are regaining control on the map on all sides. Points are actually going to get triple capped against the Germans. Germans are sitting at 369 points, 367 now, and the Soviets are down to 182. So yeah, the Soviets are, needing to hold to those points to be able to stabilize and potentially win. The Germans do have some time, but they are going to be triple capped, so they don't have a lot of time. But, they're okay, as long as they gather their wits and push in a consolidated attack, not just send things in piecemeal and have them killed. They should be fine. Sniper on the field has already gotten 8 kills, and we see another Stuka close air support around this zone. Shock troops having to retreat, more shock troops pushing forward. Grenadiers are going to take some shots from a KV-1. Actually, the sniper took a shot. No, let's look at the Grenadiers one. The sniper almost took a stray shot. Sniper getting targeted down by both the conscripts and the KV-8. I mean the KV-1. The KV-1 is going to retreat. These grenadiers are also retreating, and the grenadiers are going to be forced to retreat because shock troops, shock troops, shock troops. So reconnaissance overflight right on top of everything over here. So YaZzinO has view of whatever's going on here. And a Panzer Warfare Barrage going straight into the center, trying to dislodge that Maxim machine gun. Doesn't manage to do that. Does get a couple kills here and there, but that's about it. A nice nade going down by those shock troops. Bundle nade in return. Grenadiers down to one man. Forces the retreat. Can they make it out? Ooh, almost didn't. Nice mortar shot here on top of the pack gun. Almost clears out that Grenadier squad by accident almost. Panzer Grenadiers do manage to win the fight against the conscripts, not the shock troops. And there is an AT gun here on the field that is available to be taken by the German forces. It's also a Soviet AT gun, so, you know, it's nice to hit your enemy with its own guns. More KV-1s coming onto the field by YaZzinO. And that Maxim machine gun finally gets cleared out by these Panzer Grenadiers. So there looks like the German forces are managing to recover territory. We have the KV-1 going over to the north-hand side, going to try to be its own guy push. Because the KV-1 is better against infantry than the Su-85. The Su-85 is just there to stop vehicles. Oh my god, and speaking of just stopping vehicles, that was a nice shot there by that Su-85. Actually killed two of those Panzer Grenadiers in one. So quite formidable there. I take back what I said a little bit. Not really, but, you know, that was a nice shot. Left-hand side, we see the KV-1s pushing forward, Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers and all that. In between, there is a pack gun taking some shots at those KV-1s. KV-1s taking quite a bit of damage, but there is a conscript squad going in for a flank. Does get forced to retreat, and down it goes actually to the men on the squad. This squad actually killed it with the SMGs that they carry. So both pack guns managed to take down one of the KV-1. Second KV-1 now damaged with the engine. That is a heavy engine damage, meaning it's not going anywhere. The pack gun over here needs to turn around a little bit to be able to shoot at that KV-1. Second one moves out of the way and turns around. Nice shots going down on that KV-1, and that KV-1 is going to go down. There's also a Stug there shooting at it, so it goes down. So suddenly the Soviets are collapsing and losing everything. We now see that YaZzinO has nothing on the field. He has 2 shock troops and a combat engineer, and that is all. He has medics on the field, so he'll be able to field these guys at full strength, but he does not even have a lot to be able to do that. He's reinforcing, and that's about it. He calls himself another KV-1 to try to fight, but just one KV-1 is not going to be able to stand against all this. With the 2 pack-ons on the field and support from snipers and Panzer Grenadiers, it's going to be very difficult to break this side with only that. He's going to need to hold on in a mass. However, German forces have now triple capped the Soviets, and they are down to 146 points, which means they don't really have a lot of time. More reconnaissance overflight on top of everything, just, you know, to see everything. And the Panther, or is that a Tiger? Where is it? Can't see you. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Panther moves into a very awkward spot here. It's just hiding around here, waiting for something. And it is actually going to get the drop on something. Panzer Grenadiers are running on top of the combat engineers, and the KV-8 is going for the kill on the pack gun, while the Panther is right there, can turn around and get right on that KV-8. We do see on artillery run. What is that? Stuka, close air support, I think. Trying to shoot at that KV-8. KV-8 taking quite a bit of damage by both the pack gun and the Panther. But with the Panther there, manages to clear it out, and that's now an abandoned KV-8, so that means that the German forces can take that for themselves and use it against them. Very nice. And he does jump straight in. Grenadier still on the field. They need to retreat. It's down to 1 man, and that KV-8 is not going anywhere. It has heavy engine damage, and that Panther will not be able to stop anything. The KV-1s and the Su-85s clear out that Panther quite instantly, and down it goes. Are they going to push forward, or are they going to hold their line? That KV-8 is slowly trying to crawl out of range. Probably going to die. Although it doesn't look like these guys are moving away. We have 2 packs on the field, however, they are... Oh, that KV-1 went down to that Stuka. Very nice. And And the Su-85s are just pushing forward. They notice that there's nothing there to stop them. The KV-8 will go down, so they at least will not have to deal with that, you know, being used against them. Gets abandoned once again, so that Su-85 needs to finish it off. And we see another Stuka close air support called in right on top of everything. And no, that's actually an artillery barrage. Never mind. Su-85 pushes forward, manages to dodge that quite nicely. There is that Panzerwerfer there. The Panzerwerfer needs to get the hell out of there, or it is going to get shot by the Su-85. No, Su-85 turns around, shoots it, it misses. It's still not getting moved. Unfortunately, the Wish is focused elsewhere. Second shot goes off and doesn't actually manage to get the kill. Panzerwerfer now notices what it's getting shot at by, and now it's now dead. So it had 2 shots to get out of there, but it didn't. Tiger down the field for Schmaler, going for a little bit of a flank. He still has that stuck there for support. And one of the Su-85s, actually no, it didn't go down. It got beaten down, but it's still alive at a very small amount of health. And we have another KV-8 for SaidHH. This Su-85 is now boned. Pack getting picked up, gonna shoot at it in the rear, and the Tiger is also flanking it. A nice shot there by a stolen pack, clears out that KV-8 so that they don't have to deal with it. And it looks like that... wait, no, actually that was... oh, okay. Never mind. I thought that was a stolen pack gun. That's actually the Wish's pack gun. Okay, so I was thinking, oh my god, it actually killed its own friend. But no, it actually shot the other tank, probably on purpose, and then killed that guy. So the Tiger shock troops, all of them pushing forward over to the right-hand side. We still have that KV-8 not being able to do much. That Stug holding the line over here in front of the base as well. Nasty artillery barrage right on top of those shock troops, but they managed to dodge it all. There they don't. Take a shot, but down to 2 men. And the shock troops over here retreating at 1 man. Tiger going for the KV-8. The KV-8 flaming at him, so not being able to do much. Even with its main gun activated, it wouldn't really do much. Gets crew shocked, gets stunned. Tiger pushes forward, and the Panther on the field for the Wish will also be able to help out. I don't think they're going to be able to take it out in time, although the Stug does move in to support. Su-85, however, will shoot at the Stug and take it out. Stug does activate its defensive shields, but the shields get broken, and down they go. Tiger and Panther shooting at the KV-8. The Tiger notices, hey, that's an Su-85. Let's take out that Su-85. And the Su-85 is trying to retreat. Had focus sight, meaning that it was a little bit, you know, tunnel vision. And it is doing a very good job at keeping that Tiger at bay. The Tiger decides to back off, not stay in front of the base. And he's going to just try to shoot at those combat engineers. Another Stuka close air support getting called in. Here comes the barrage. However, the Tiger takes a nice shot at the last minute, and down goes the Su-85, and that is all they wrote. So a nice victory here for the German forces. A little bit back and forth like that. And yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty good. Also did a couple modifications there to the UI, as you may potentially have noticed. Not really that much, just adjusted the size of the icons to potentially make them a little bit more visible. You know, in what you can do in this space down there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.